All right, so Kendrick got these dudes shadow boxing. He ain't said one word since the whole beef and everything. He ain't said one word, and these guys are like shadow boxing, arguing with no one. So here we go, DJ Envy asking Andrew Schulz. So if you remember Andrew Schulz, this is allegedly who Kendrick was talking about in the song Whacked Out Murals.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman that's lost.
Where he says, don't let no white comedian talk about black women. Andrew Schulz would then go on to respond with some dreadfully unfunny jokes about how he wants to...
Just Kendrick. I would make love to him, and there's nothing he could do about it. I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not.
And he got a lot of backlash for it. Let's just get right into it.
I do also want to ask, do you still want to make love to Kendrick Lamar?
I mean, like, honestly, it's hard to say no to that.
You find him attractive?
Yeah, man.
Did you see him in them Celine jeans? Them jeans?
When I saw those jeans, I was like, boom, bop, beam, bop, boom, bop, bow.
You gotta stop. Okay, so here's my issue with Andrew Schulz, right? And we'll get back to the video. A lot of people took issue with the fact that Andrew Schulz would make a grape joke to begin with. They don't think that's something that should be joked about. They believe certain things are offline. Comedians shouldn't joke about them. That's not me. I've heard plenty of jokes that comedians made about racy topics, about things that are not funny at all. And the comedian made it funny. They've made a good joke. So that's not, I don't have an issue with the content of Andrew Schulz's joke. The issue I have with Andrew Schulz is that he's just not funny. That whole little boom bop bing joke that he just tried to get off just fell completely flat. Let's watch it again, chat.
When I saw those jeans, I was like, boom, bop, beam, bop, boom, bop, bow.
You gotta stop.
Tomato.
Not even ask him that.
No, for real. No, they were really upset about that. I know it was a joke, but why do you think people got so upset
people made
about
that shit racism so fast. I'm just saying he's little. Like, I hate having to explain jokes. He's itty bitty. So why is he telling telling people to kill my friends?
Yeah, and obviously Kendrick Lamar, he's a small guy. He's probably about 5'4". There are so many good jokes you can get off on him. A man being short like that, there's so many, and shout out to the short kings out there, but as a comedian, there's so much content there. Why is the one joke that you chose to make not funny when there's so much there?
The biggest thing about this whole shit that I didn't even care that he said about like me not saying jokes. Like that to me is like a million people have said not say jokes. The next line where he goes, and to the N-words that coon and the N-words being groomed, slide on both of them.
And let's go actually see exactly what Andrew Schulz is talking about, just in case you don't know.
The niggas that coon, the niggas that being groomed, slide on both of them.
So here's what Andrew Schulz is talking about. Allegedly, these bars were about him. I don't know for sure. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. That's a reference to a joke that Andrew Schulz had made.
Girlfriend effect. So you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend. All of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about it all the time. They grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
Personally, I don't really think, I just don't have the same sensitivity that other people have, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that joke. But Kendrick, if he is talking about Schulz, he had an issue with it. Then he says, I know propaganda worked for him. F whoever's close to him. So this is where it can be kind of construed that, okay, now Kendrick is dissing Andrew Schulz's co-hosts. The dudes that coon, the dudes that's being groomed, slide on both of them. So obviously in hip hop, we know what slide means. This can be interpreted, if he is talking about Andrew Schulz, to be said that Kendrick is calling for them to be killed, for someone to kill them. I mean, slide on both of them. So I can understand what Schulz is trying to say here.
What does slide mean to y'all?
Take you out, but that's because, I mean...
Hold on, ain't no explaining here.
If you an enemy,
if you say kill my friends,
and I just think like even her, I think this is disgusting. Honestly, what she said, yeah, it means take you out. But yeah, that's because if you're an enemy, you're an enemy. I mean, he's a comedian that told a joke that you didn't like. Really, when he told the joke, no one really cared until Kendrick mentioned it in the song. So the idea that, oh, because Kendrick is mad about this joke, you should be killed, and that's because you're an enemy. This is just like straight fanatical meat riding thought process.
Take you out, but that's because, I mean...
Hold on, ain't no explaining here.
If you an enemy,
if you say kill my friends...
What is she talking about?
Everything after that is fine. You took it there. If you say kill my friends, because a lot of people thought that was Charlamagne and Alex Media. So if you go the next line, you tell your fans to...
Alex Media is the other black guy on Andrew Schulz's podcast.
Kill my friends... You getting made love to.
Listen, I appreciate my friend.
Yeah, this is just not funny at all.
But I don't think he was talking about us. I don't think it's about that.
But how are we supposed to know? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say anything for weeks. That was the other thing. Like, people ran with these different narratives. They tried to act like after what I said, I was worried about like getting death threats and shit. It's like, no, I was getting that the second they said it. For 2 weeks, I didn't say shit. I filmed my special. I didn't really give a fuck. And then after that, I was like, yo, we're gonna have some fun with this. But I don't like this idea that like I'm this big bully. It's like you told your people to kill my friends.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that whole bar on Whacked Out Murals was about Andrew Schulz. Again, I don't be like super tapped into everything that be happening on the internet. So for me, the idea that Kendrick Lamar is sitting here watching these little obscure clips of random Andrew Schulz's comedy specials and getting offended over jokes is, to me, that's mind-blowing. Because it's like, who cares what Andrew Schulz have to say? He doesn't really move anything culturally, especially in terms of hip-hop. So like, when Kendrick said this, I'm sure there were a lot of people who didn't even know what he was talking about. Like, Kendrick has made Andrew Schulz more famous with this bar, even if he didn't say his name. But I think we can all agree, whether you're on Kendrick's side or Andrew Schulz's side, if you told a joke about something or you said something that some people thought was less than savory, and that person went on the song and basically gave the green light for people to kill you, to slide on you, unless we're gonna pretend like slide on means something totally different than it does, you can understand why someone would be pissed off about that. But that's still no excusing Andrew Schulz's horrible jokes. So let's get back into it.
You say that, or that's the potential interpretation. Mm-hmm. If somebody said in a rap song to kill your friends. Mm-hmm.
But do you understand, though, that that was in response to him feeling like you came at what he would deem his friends or his people or people he's trying to protect, talking about black women, right?
And again, here's the joke that Andrew Schulz said.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about it all the time. They grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
This is allegedly the joke that's under scrutiny. You made a joke, so that means it's okay to kill you. I don't think this woman right here is dumb. I think this is just meat riding mentality. Kendrick is mad at you, so I'm mad at you. And despite how far he goes, may or may not go in a lyric, because he's mad, I'm on his side. And even though it sounds foolish, like, yo, you made a joke, all right, you made a joke, all right, everybody go kill him. Even though that's silly and no one would ever co-sign that in any normal scenario, the meat riding mentality gets people's brain all scattered. Like,
that was in response to him feeling like you came at what he would deem his friends or his people or people he's trying to protect, talking about black women,
So say, make
right?
fun of my friends.
But if you in the street, if you outside, you outside. You can't choose whether you out or in. It's like you out or you in.
what are we talking about? What does that even mean? If you're outside, you're outside. You can't determine if you're out or in. What does that? Put it in the comments. What does that mean?
Okay, so then if he wants to play by those rules, then don't be surprised at the response. That's what I'm saying. It feels like he's insider and outside.
Plus, it's a weird matchup, right? Because you got a rapper, right, who's a prolific rapper, and then you got a comedian who's willing to say anything for the joke. So it's not even, it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
I think it's because it's platforming. It's like people listen to you and your voice and your podcast. That's why that stuff went so viral, because you got the numbers and then he has it too. So at the moment, he's like, okay.
How we know he wasn't talking about Gary Owens? That's
a good point.
So, ain't nobody
Who is he talking about?
Let him know. Y'all
Gary, you see
Gary was the first person to jump out.
I'm not about to twist that.
Gary was the first
in that
person to
moment,
jump
we
out.
knew exactly what he was talking about because I heard it and I knew exactly.
I didn't know what he was talking about. But again, I don't be, I guess, outside like that. I don't be following every little thing that happened on the internet. Even when I react to clips like this, I go looking for clips to react to. Like, I'm not just seeing this stuff organically. So I highly doubt that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I highly doubt that the people, when we heard Whacked Out Murals for the first time, and we can go watch First Listen reactions to really see. I doubt the people, when they heard this bar, they were like, oh yeah, Andrew Schulz. Who even really knows Andrew Schulz like that? Unless you're like in the Joe Budden universe or the Joe Rogan universe.
I didn't think it was me. I was like, why are you talking about me?
Because of the shits and giggles and all the laughs.
I thought he was talking about Matt,
black
right?
women.
Yeah, maybe he was talking about Matt.
That's what I thought.
I didn't know.
He gotta be talking
And
about
everybody
Matt
kept
right from
saying he was talking about me, and I was like, wait, if he's talking about me and is he telling people to kill my friends? Well, I got to do something about this. I got to do something.
Well, regardless of who Kendrick is talking about, what he said on Whacked Out Murals, it is too far. It's just a joke. Now, we have to hear the joke. Now, if a white comedian told a joke about, oh, yeah, well, the KKK should go lynch all the black women, ha, 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 and that was the joke, then, yeah, saying slide on them, that would be more equitable, you know what I mean? But if it's the Andrew Schulz joke that I just played.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about it all the time. They grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
I can understand why Schulz would be mad about this. It's just foolish, and it's foolish to defend it.
So I got to do something. Like, I'm not a tough guy. You know, I'm a certified lover boy.
Oh my God.
Oh my
But
God.
you're always gonna be perceived as the bully because you're a white man.
Is that right?
100%.
I just thought it's because
Is that
I'm
right? Like me? Oh, I thought you mean is that right? No, it's not. What you mean?
No, like am I a bully? Like I just thought it was
No,
like
I don't think you a bully.
I thought it's a
No.
size differential. That's what I thought.
No, it's a
You
what
think
is
there's
it?
a racial dynamic?
Duh.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't know.
Yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
it's a privilege conversation. It's like what you can get on the platform.
Privilege. I don't know about privilege conversation. I definitely think it's racial. Like people don't think a white man should make this type of joke about a black man, because back in the day during slavery times they used to buck break, which means they used to sexually assault the enslaved peoples. So they look at Andrew Schulz telling a joke like that as hearkening back to that time. Now, whether you agree or disagree, you think that's a reach, you think whatever, that's your opinion. But I think there's definitely a racial component, like Shorty here was saying. But I'm not opposed to comedians being able to make racy jokes. I've heard some jokes about topics, even Dave Chappelle. I was watching a Dave Chappelle stand up and he has a joke about Michael Jackson. You can imagine what the joke is about. It involves kids, it involves Michael Jackson. This is something that's not funny in real life, but he tells a joke and everyone laughs because it's a funny joke. It doesn't mean you're okay with this, or I don't know. I'm all for comedians being able to make jokes and racy jokes. My thing is make sure you're funny. You see, I'm down for a good black joke. If you got a good black joke, I want to hear it. I like to laugh. But if it's not funny, you might piss me off. So don't hop out with these jokes unless you're funny. Again, I don't have an issue with Andrew Schulz's content of his joke that he made about Kendrick. Is it in bad taste? Yes. The real offensive part is it's not funny. Like, there's no punchline to that joke. Schulz just basically hopped out and said he wants to be intimate with Kendrick Lamar.
Just Kendrick. I would make love to him. There's nothing he can do about it.
There's no punchline. That is the punchline. So anyways, Andrew Schulz, he's still defending this. Who knows if the Kendrick bar is actually about him? And also, yeah, Kendrick should not be saying slide on people because they made jokes. I mean,
The niggas that coon, niggas that being groomed, slide on both of them.
yeah, that's like a dog whistle of sorts. So yeah, I don't really agree with that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Am I spot on? Am I dead wrong? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Top5RobWebsite.com. Peace.